on this Moses. We are recording smart now. We are in a bit of a pickle. I completely actually forgot about this because we cannot go back down and save. And guess why we cannot go back and save? Like we have 66 key card, but we don't have 67. And 67 you can only get after the boss. And you know, I mean theoretically after the boss. After the boss, we could still after the boss, right? We can still what is it? After the boss, we can still there are still some things we could do. After the boss, like we can still like rest and stuff that, and we can continue on the grind and stuff that. But that means that we won't get access to selling stuff until much later. So now I don't know if it's possible to avoid the boss fight somehow, you know, if that's a possibility or not. I think we need to heal. Yes. Of course, yes, getting 99 of these will like take a while. And stuff that, but once we start gaining more levels, for example, then like things will go easier, hopefully. Okay, carbon bangle, let go. Attack, so we'll keep it off. See anything? See anything? Carbon bangle, nice. Finish this off. So heal. So the thing is that we do have ether. We can technically use this ether. Instead that we also have a turbo ether as well, and we also have the elixir of course, obviously. So we do have some possibilities of what we could do. And stuff that, you know, there are some possibilities we do have because we cannot like enter here again and stuff that, and I don't think there's anything that can open that and stuff that, I don't think, at least, you know. But it's a bit of an issue, of course, obviously, but the thing is also, if we gain enough levels, by the way, if we gain enough levels here, we are high enough level, then the enemies won't be an issue anymore, kinda. If that makes sense. So yeah. How close are we, by the way, to next level here? 14k. 1041 on that. Because of course there are going to be some important grinds we're going to be doing. Okay, that's the first guy. So we can actually ice him to not kill him in one hit though. We only have enough for one heal, by the way, so we need to keep that in mind. Hopefully we can get the steel fairly early here. Carbon bangle, and we use meteor in here. The main problem though is if we encounter the soldier third and then both of them decide to elemental blast us, then we're pretty much dead. So we do this, and then we ether here first actually. Customize. We'll up the turbo ether here, and we'll up the elixir here, and then we'll move the force of zero. Good. So we have 10 carbon bangers and we have 3 hard edges. 399 of course, as I said. As you can see, he only has Gatling gun and bronze bangle, and she has leather glove and bronze bangle. Now of course, before the boss fight, of course, you get to decide who brings arrows with them. There could be said to do it with Barret, because then that means that you trust Barret more and stuff that, and then Tifa will be able to gain a few more levels. Because since Tifa is gonna have a solo section, it might be better. However, the Dyne fight could get easier if we decide to keep Barret, so it kind of depends. Can you steal from you? Let's need to steal, let's leave. I don't think there's a reason to kill that at all. So yeah, so 10 carbon bangles already. So the fact that you can get 2 each time means that 10 encounters will be 20 carbon bangles. If we get that block with the double enemies. Stuff that's, yeah. The thing is, I have already like uploaded 2 videos today and stuff that, and I might upload the potato videos today as well. Potato has also, of course, also announced another expansion, stuff that, which is, you know, interesting. Now, of course, the more we fail stealing, of course, the more like healing we're gonna have to do, and the more healing we have to do, like the more we're gonna like run out of MP and stuff. That's right, you know. So keep that in mind. Just a carbon bangle heal. And we kill off the top guy. Because we're then going to be able to sell once we control the areas, basically. And stuff that, because, you know, hopefully we get it before the limit break. Yeah, sometimes it is 68 damage, and I don't think that that's even a crit, theoretically. Stuff that, it's just random damage values on the attack, I think. There we go, start carbon bangle, let's ice. So I think that will kill, actually. Okay, we're not super close yet to gaining a level, which feels fairly bad. Got 12 carbon bangles now. So it's nice. Of course, it's gonna take a while to get the whole, especially the hard areas. Like, we're getting very unlucky with the hard areas. Nice. Because otherwise we just kill it. 58. We go carbon banging and we ice. I think that's better to do that actually, rather than I think we already heal up. So I think carbon bangles, yeah. So if we get 99 out of both, we will have like over 160,000 or something like that, 160,000 gil, and we're currently at 35,000. So yeah, now you might say that, oh, you know, and stuff that, like, we're gonna spend a lot in the Wonder Square eventually and stuff that's trying to get black after the Tiny Bronco and stuff that, but yeah. Also good now, of course, to recruit youth in the forest and stuff like that. There's no reason to not recruit youth and stuff like that, just because more party members, you know. Okay, there they are. Ice all. I forgot if they survived Bolt all as well here and stuff like that, because I think they do. Okay, Bolt 2 is bad. Steam. Steam. Recycle. That's probably time to heal. Don't crit now, don't crit, don't crit. That's very close actually. Now the thing is actually what is costing them a lot of MPs actually it's actually them casting like Bolt or Ice 2 and stuff that is actually what really cost them a lot. Turn off, please. The worst thing though is if we would kill them here, for example, in one sense actually here. Do I think we deal 149 though? That is very, very risky too. Okay, fine. And I don't know if the HP effect, but it feels like it always does and stuff that, you know, even though it shouldn't. You know? I remember what this used to be easy, but I mean, like, the more levels we gain, the easier this will be. Still anything, okay. See, that is annoying, like, okay, stole hard edge. Hard edge from the other guy. Please? Fuck, you have like double cut. That was actually very scary there. When I was like that many times in a row there. So the other hard edge still would be easier here actually. So one main thing we also have to think about is, yes, we do have to fight the boss as well and stuff that, and we need to like have Claw be the only one to survive. And that might actually become problematic, of course, to have Claw be the only one to survive that fight. I mean, of course, we will be immune to poison and stuff that, so we can use that the other character type of poison and stuff like that. I'm heal earlier now. I don't know why they are at level 13 and I'm at level 18. That should be like high enough. I feel it's like a high chance. Well, it's no edge. Okay, that was too bad. I mean, we still like use up a lot of time here and stuff like that, so and it's the best encounter right so far in terms of like XP, right? Yeah, 108. Which is still not the highest really thing in the world really. We have only 5 power dead, yes. We do have a third base here of course, but the thing is I really don't want to use the turbo ether too early, like before we have a bigger HP or bigger like empty pool and stuff that. That's the whole point, you know, and stuff that, you know. I mean, theoretically, I don't know, right? Like, what enemies can we see right in this place? Right, I think we can only see the mob slash around the other thing. The question is though, how hard is it to steal Carbon Bangle without doing damage to it? You know, is it going to be the same chance? No. There's something we can find out here actually. You are still Carbon Bangle down, we used both it. Nice kill. What's our material? Our material is that we are 2 since only. So yeah, so. You know what I'm gonna do though? Once I get the tier 2 spell, I'm gonna replace. Lighting, for example, with poison instead. And then, like, because there are several things we can do that is very useful actually. So that, and keep in mind that we don't theoretically need more than one of each accessory and stuff like that. But there are certain accessories that aren't worth like selling, you know, and stuff like that. But yeah. Also, once you get Curse Ring, added effect and the Destruct makes you immune to the death effect of that, and then there's no reason never to use the Curse Ring. Stuff like that. I don't just need to steal the Carbon Bangles. I mean, the Carbon Bangles are definitely a way easier to steal. Oh, there's the Carbon Bangle here. We actually do that. Just do a singular one. Yeah, see first try Carbon Bangle here. Okay. We have 16 carbon bangles. You can see that carbon bangles, so it's 99 of those will go a lot faster. And once we have 99, then that means that we can use escape from every single encounter with the robot and stuff that, you know. It will be a thing. We are running out of MP though. But there's the guys. There's the guys. Let's hope for once that we can get the steal early here. Steal anything. I'm actually gonna spread out my stealing here actually. You have to hope that they don't cast like bolt to ice to a single time. Steal. Oh, that's already hit here. The thing is, Flying Cycle, by the way, can crit. And you will notice if it crits because it's going to be very big damage. Sleep will also makes them run out of MP faster. Let's just focus on the steal from the one, yeah. Yeah, I think we need to heal. Please don't get hurt. Okay, we have MP for 2 more cures. Might have to turbo ether inside the fight here. I mean, they do a lot less damage now. Or once they roll out 20. It's crazy, man, sometimes. It's better to probably try and oversteal here rather than not steal at all. Okay, we can afford one more heal, and I want it to turbo ether. Oh, if we would have been smart, we would have bought a bunch of ethers actually and stuff that, you know. So there's a limit to how many steals we can get here before we fight the boss. I might say, but oh, we can like of course go and rest downstairs. So afterwards, yes, we can. Let's play this store on hard edge. Let's hope the second hard edge is faster actually. yeah, that's gonna be two still fates in a row there. I think that should be 2 attempts, right? They lost all hard, it's nice. Meteor rain. Meteor rain. Shaboosh. So 2 more hard ideas. So I think. Of course, Phoenix Down is worthless. Okay, we have 7 hard ideas, 16 carbon bangles. And I think it's boss time. Because I think this is enough to guarantee get our level here. The question is, do we bring Tifa here? Not. We bring Tifa for this encounter or Barret. Tifa is lower level. Because of course, obviously the character that we don't bring here would be the one that gain XP actually, because that triggers automatically. There's no way to actually avoid that once you go up the elevator. And remember that that Red 13 was meant to have another related character and stuff that was meant to be like an Anarchy clone, because he's number 13. So there was going to be like a number, I think both a 14 and a 15 or something like that, and both of them, or like maybe there were 3 other clones, and they were all meant to be like failed versions of him, stuff that, but those were meant to be like boss fights, stuff that, you know. But then one of them I think got developed into Satan or something like that, right? Because I know that there are stories about that, and you know, it's just that there were some kinds of things that they did at the Fun Festival because they never had enough time. So that's right, you know. And we know definitely that Nanaki or being the way he is has to do with someone that's a few further either that Barret actually take care of her, so he gets more XP. Let's just call him Ringed. Now I will allow him to cast fire here. And there's a reason for that, because he's gonna die anyway. And the thing is just that I want to just get the cast off there just to so we can kill those enemies. Or kill some of them at least. He's actually gonna sense the boss here. And you can see that it actually has MP, if I remember correctly. And what I will allow him to do is I will allow the killing of these. Because if I remember correctly, a reanimatic I think uses up MP. Let's see what's your magic at. 26, yeah. You stupid fool, oh stupid fools. So that will be his job until he dies. Except that you might say that, oh, that is just to make this go up a little bit faster and stuff like that. This it has no real like impact on the fight. Stuff that, you know. Because like this fight is just completely free, especially at the level 40s. Isn't costing the animatic, is he already out for MP then? Check his also the 6 MP still survives until reviving. Well, and also had Fang here though, so okay, good. Use Kid Red 13. See the best. And I'm going to sense with Claude here actually. It is weird though. It's to meet you. I think we can double check so there is no steal. Attack him to death if we want to. Let's hit him with the big eyes. Whoa. Yeah, you can see he's level 50, it's pretty crazy. Wow, 3 tranquilizers, okay, those are drops then from those enemies. Oh, bork. The question is, who do we bring with us here? We got the talisman here. Yes, I think talisman will be actually more useful there at that point. I think this is closer. No. Yeah, we can do this. We can give this good one with 1000 AP. It's crazy to have one though that would be closer to level up. It needs 1000, so fire is still closer to leveling up than nice. So yeah, Red 13 right now is considerably strong. stuff that, but we're not gonna do that. We're gonna change the party instead bring us Barrett with us. We're gonna bring both of those. That would mean that these two will be getting XP. There's the counter being dead. There's stainless steel material, which we won't be using at all. We aren't even allowed to equip it and stuff that, but we are allowed to like pick it up. Potion. Two flow 68. And I don't know if there was ever meant to be a 67 card or not, you know. I always wonder what that's supposed to be. So that, you know, that thing though, because, I mean, it kind of looks like a gate, but, you know, it's not. Ooh. Architect, that's interesting. I mean, as far as things can be interesting, you know. So let's see. So that counts as a long range move then. Stole hard edge. Wow, that was fairly quick. It was a fairly quick hard edge, still not gonna lie actually. I think we killed actually already. In case they feel like casting like Bolt 2 and Ice 2. Yeah, that was definitely the right choice because they are speedy. Honestly. So hard edge, nice. Bushki. Wait a little bit, how did you survive? You took a bunch of like meteorine hits. That was weird, he must have only taken 2 hits then. Huh? Oh. Right, because I'm in the back row. That was weird still. So 9 hard ideas. Into shabby potion, into potion. Actually, I don't care about the location of the screen there. This is mostly to see those. So of course we cannot enter. Oh, now we can enter the door here. That is important. We can enter here. We can enter here. We don't have access to a shop here, right? These look like they were meant to have a use, but they never ended up doing so. So basically now at this point, the main problem is, of course, is that once you go into the elevator, no matter on what floor it is, then you will, I wonder if he gives you a warning or something like that, if he tells you like, oh, don't go into the elevator or whatever. You're the mayor of the city, but you only live on 62nd floor. S 62th floor, yeah. 62th floor? 62nd floor? Yeah, 62nd floor. 62nd floor, 61st. The problem is, of course, you can go here, but then you cannot get past the guards here, and you're not allowed to go in here. Ooh. Can you actually go behind here? That doesn't do anything for us, though. Oh man, if they only allowed you through there. Definitely, I think that these were supposed to be unaccounted at this point, or that, like fighting these would have been like a boss fight or something like that. Because imagine a Final Fantasy VII that wouldn't have to follow the limits on how many you can have in an encounter or whatever, right? Yeah, they had a ruckus downstairs. This guy here somewhere. And this door is like wide open. That's what he wants you to repair. The stuff that they're actually not talking about that other thing, but yeah. But right now, of course, we can like rest on that floor eventually as well. Yeah, stuff that, and that is something we can do. No, I mean, theoretically, right. I'm pretty certain that theoretically we can fight on another floor that has different encounters. I'm pretty certain there's another floor that we could theoretically fight on. And if we would fight on that floor, then we would have a chance to get an enemy that I believe we might be able to get like ethers from or something, I think there's a fight. I'm not 100% guaranteed because I'm pretty certain that whatever there is copper bangle. Need anything? Copper bangle, nice. We actually bolt all. And then it's attack. And it's attack. 18 combo bangles. The main problem is, of course, is that there's no way, by the way, into the... Well, technically, one thing you can do, I think I can show this off here. Pretty certain I can. Because this is what you can do if you go back into the China building and you would like to steal these items later. And stuff that, let's say you miss them on the first, on your first playthrough or whatever, and when you're back in the Midgar raid, like you cannot do it with just like getting the key into Midgar, of course, later on is not what makes you able to enter the China building. Which I think they should have had side quests inside Midgar and stuff that back in the original game and stuff that, right, to like unlock certain sections of Midgar, right? Maybe they could be like a rebuild effort, you know, started by like, oh hey, rebuild the like, you know, like the seventh heaven and stuff that, right, you know. Still coming back anyway. Shoosh. Okay. Very good. Where's the else really happening? In carbon bangles, and we have 9 hard edges. The thing is though, right, because I want to show you there that you can, for example, because once you go back into the China building on disc 2 and stuff that, then you know, the enemies in here won't change, which I always thought was a bit disappointing, right? You know. Stuff that it would have been cool to meet like a reskin version of the enemies and then maybe them having better steals. Because I would have added way more weapons into the game and stuff that, because, you know, maybe you say, oh, but there's a limited amount of places where we could have had like gear and stuff that, which is true, of course, obviously. And, you know, of course, once the all material levels up, that would be a big deal, by the way. And stuff that, you know. And once we get, for example, Black Fire for like Lightning 2, for example, then I will remove Lightning 2 and replace it with Poison or with the Fire and stuff that, you know. And then once all of them are tier 2, I start using different stuff. You see? Actually, let's bolt all for now, because I know that I won't kill them. So they're one attack away from dying. You see, sometimes even they can give you a problem with getting the carbon bangle, even though carbon bangle is a way easier steal normally. Are we at a lower volume now? I feel like we are. Alright, we would actually... Oh no, that's super high now because of that. That's weird, man. Yeah, so 4 in volume is kinda... I would say it's regular that you would play the game at, you know, and stuff like that, because old games are super loud for that reason. We still won't get that carbon bang alone, we still need them. And once they start getting stingy with the carbon bangle, that becomes like really annoying, because the carbon bangle is meant to be an easy steal, of course, obviously. You know what, I think that we actually back row here, actually, just to make this a bit easier here. I don't know why now, all of a sudden, like why is it now? So much stuff it feels like. I'm gonna check so that it's not that they have changed level. No, still level 13. But usually, if you get the steal on the first guy, that's usually because of a critical steal. So that if you first time it, especially if you're not super much higher level than the enemy. Oh, that is really bad. Okay, there we go, carbon bangle. Okay, hopefully it's easy from the other guy. Also carbon bangle. This will be the level up. Nice. How close? 999 and 182, and this is the one that Red 13 had. The 13 is only near 1,000. So I know that is something. Pick you up. And now you're at 31 strength. That I mean that it actually did grow a lot here. You can see it's like so 18 plus 18, like what, so yeah, so 20 and then 8 plus 8, yeah, so 36 is what a doubling would be. So we're not at the double yet even. So that, yeah, and I feel like the 4 steel is definitely going to be way more worth it than the HP plus materia, and that is just because of the fact that we are going to be grinding inside the cargo ship and stuff like that as well. So yeah. We're speeding up the message a little bit here. We're not speeding it up to the maximum. We're speeding it up a little bit just to make things slightly easier. Now making things slightly easier. And we're at. See how quick it goes, and I'm not even touching it. It is crazy. Yeah, so 21 carbon bangles, 9 hard edges. The stop pennant we do not sell, by the way, and stuff that, so yeah, you know. Yeah. Now I know, for example, that power wrist and like protect vest and all of those, they're worth a lot, you know, cash-wise. So actually, I'll put the cloud in the back row, just for now, you know, and stuff that, so yeah. So let's see how hard is it to steal carbon bangle. Okay, good. Cost the second try there. Oh. No, I don't know how true it is that there is an encounter that has three is only a third in it or not, you know. Of course, once you have 99 carbon bangles, then only the solely third is the thing that matters at that point. Oh, it could of course take a really long time. Now, hopefully that wasn't just us being lucky against the motor thing and stuff that, right? You know, okay, this would be the real test here. So first the ice them. I don't think the back row actually matters in this fight. what that wakes us up. Now that does not wake us up, huh? Claude, please. Wreck this PC. That was very scary. That would have been very, very annoying to have had a game over there. Yeah, I think we might have gotten saved here by the talisman. The fact that that doesn't wake us up is like really, really bad. Can I actually kill again here? I mean, like, they're not the smartest cookies in the world. Stole hard edge key. Didn't steal anything. Maybe we can actually kill off this guy, actually. Okay. Let's see how long it would take to steal the hard edge from him. Stole hard edge, okay, so it definitely seems like it's very fast now. Still at level 19. That brings us to 11 hard edges, I believe. 11 hard. That's nice. Cool. We start in spell, of course, and that gives us spirit plus 10, which is like more magic defense. That is pretty decent. We might also have the rest, of course, at the place and stuff like that. So yeah, I think I'm curious though. Let's actually save here first, just because I don't remember all the encounters that's on the second floor or how much changes. Save. I go. Ooh, there is a triple one. There is a triple one, okay. There is a triple one, that's crazy. Please don't kill with bolt here though. So they do exist a triple one here. Change put him in the back row. Because there's 3 of them, like that to like be a very, very quick DPS on us here if we're unlucky here. The quicker we can get carbon bangle here, the better. I might actually just start the next recording directly afterwards here. So we will see. Okay, the next tier of spells are going to become like really important and stuff like that, because healing isn't that great. Actually, I'm almost even thinking about bolting here once we've gotten one. And as you know,